And then our next and only other piece is Daleks, or Daleks. Somebody tell me how to pronounce this freaking word, please, because I don't watch Doctor Who. My girlfriend loves Doctor Who, but I just don't. Okay, nerds, we've got some stuff to talk about. It's going to be quick, but I don't have a whole lot of time to do it, so it might be slightly quicker. Got a lot of stuff going on that you can't see off camera, but it is happening. Today's episode is not brought to you by a shirt that you can get on my store. This is actually a shirt that you can get at Pizza Party Printing Company. Freaking love the Beef Alien and Butt Pred shirt. It's so awesome. I get no money by doing this. I just really love this shirt. I really think the company is really awesome, so you should go check them out. Pizza Party Printing Company. PizzaPartyPrinting.com, I believe, is the website. You should be seeing it on the screen right about now. And now let's jump into the news. First and foremost, we have music, and we have a couple of follow-ups. First off, we have finally got the release date for that new Hatebreed record. It is going to be my birthday, November 27th. The name of the record is Weight of the False Self. Sounds like something Hatebreed would call a record of theirs, and we finally get to hear new music from the dudes over at Hatebreed. I'm super excited. Josta and company are pretty badass, so we're going to be definitely getting that one and talking about it. The next piece of follow-up news is Job for a Cowboy. That's right, the MySpace misfits? I don't even know. The guys who got really famous when MySpace was a thing and then kind of got better, even at the detriment of their fan base. I don't understand that. They made better music after the demise, after they were no longer seeing kids, and then people stopped listening to them. I hate it when that happens. But these guys are coming out of their hiatus. They have been working on a new record. They are officially releasing that new record. There's not a release date set yet, but they have announced that is what they've been doing, and that is what they're going to be releasing, hopefully the first half or so of 2021. So that's what we have in follow-ups. We are now talking news. In the news, we have Fear Factory up first. They're putting out a new record, hopefully, in 2021. I say hopefully because they don't have the funds, because they are no longer on a record label. So they have taken to GoFundMe in order to get this record made. You can find the link down in the description, and there's, again, tiered stuff. You can get some pretty cool stuff. Go check it out. Support heavy music, because I feel like, at least in my country, we don't support heavy music enough, and we're not going to get into that conversation. All right, so that's what we've got for Fear Factory. Then we're talking about Pantera, the heaviest of the, well, not the heaviest of the heavy, but some of the greatest of the heavy. We'll put it that way. Pantera is putting out some new material, kind of. I mean, when two of the four band members have passed on, it's kind of hard to do brand new material, but we do have some new stuff that is coming from Reinventing the Steel, which is seeing its 25th anniversary, I want to say. It might be a little bit older than that. I'm pretty sure it's 25, though. So it's getting a re-release. The re-release is 3 discs long. There's a bunch of demo stuff and unreleased stuff, but the primary attraction of this new release is that the main disc, the main 12 songs, are being remixed by the man, Terry Date, as Limp Bizkit would say. Yeah, I'm super excited about this. Terry Date is a great producer. I really want to see what he's going to do with this, but that's just me being super freaking nerdy about the music I listen to. But that's all we have for music news. Let's talk TV. I told you I was going to stop doing it, and then I did it anyway, so I apologize. But TV streaming, we have a bunch of follow-ups and a couple of pieces of news. So first up in follow-ups, we have that Raised by Wolves series. I feel like I said it was a movie. It's definitely a series on HBO Max. The first episode is streaming for free on YouTube. Go watch it. I have yet to watch it, so I can't say if it's great, but it has great potential. So there's that. Next, we're talking about Obi-Wan and a recent interview with Ewan McGregor on Entertainment Tonight. Ewan McGregor said that the series is only going to be a single season. he thinks. So there is still apparently room that they could expand it past season 1, but I feel like that would get very expensive for them, so they might not end up doing it. It really depends on how amazing it turns out to be, if it turns out to be amazing at all. So next in follow-ups, we have The Boys. There is a short posted over on YouTube that is a 5-minute short video, short episode, short movie, I don't know. There's a 5-minute piece over on YouTube about what Billy Butcher was doing during the lead up to this new season, as well as during that first episode, because no real spoiler alert here, but he's not really featured very heavily in the first 2 episodes even. So if you want to know what Billy was doing, you can go over to the YouTube, check that out. Also, with the announcement of this, we have learned that it is not going to be a couple of episodes every Friday. It's going to be a singular episode every Friday. So the fact that we got 3 episodes off the jump is kind of unique, and the rest of the season will be a single episode every Friday. That is all we've got there. And then real quick follow-up on Reno 911. They have been renewed for a second season. I know they've been running for much longer than that, but on Quibi, they are getting their second season. So I haven't watched the first season on Quibi. If any of you have, because I don't have Quibi, I have very little interest in Quibi for whatever reason. I know it looks like there's some good stuff on there. I'm going to stop rambling. But if any of you have suggestions of stuff to watch on Quibi, I would be very interested, because I'm kind of curious to see a couple of things, but I don't have that much motivation. I'm not going to lie. But that is all we have on the follow-ups. Sorry, rambling. Next, we were talking about the actual news in this section, and first on that list is Robocop. So Ed Neumeir, who was the writer for the original movie as well as the 2014 remake, has made it known that he is working on a pilot episode for a new series in the same universe. It is going to be based on the same characters, but it is not going to have Robocop in it, which is a very strange thing. So it's going to be a Robocop series without Robocop. I don't know if they're going to be able to sell it, but it's in the works. And so hopefully somebody picks up this pilot so we can at least get our curiosity satisfied. And then our next and only other piece is Daleks, or Daleks. Somebody tell me how to pronounce this freaking word, please, because I don't watch Doctor Who. My girlfriend loves Doctor Who, but I just don't. It's not that I don't love it. I've just never watched it. So I apologize to all the nerds who are Doctor Who fans. I know there are many, many, many of you. Anyway, I'm rambling. So we are getting a new spin-off series, and this spin-off series is a CG animated series based on the Daleks. Again, I'm pretty sure I'm saying that right. So it is only going to be a single season. It is very interesting, the premise of making a series based on the number one villain, from what I can gather from Doctor Who. The number one villain for Doctor Who is getting an animated series. Again, sounds like it's only going to be one season. I'm repeating myself. We're moving on. So let's talk movies, and in movies, we only have follow-ups. There is nothing new in movies. First up is Army of the Dead, the new Zack Snyder film, the zombie Zack Snyder film. So maybe it's going to be great, because Zack Snyder can do good work, just not always with superheroes. And though we are going to find out the 100% truth of that with the Snyder Cut. Anyway, rambling again. So the Army of the Dead show, the Army of the Dead movie, is getting a prequel, not just a prequel series over on Netflix, but it is also getting a prequel movie over on Netflix, all in the form of animation. So Netflix is really doubling down on a lot of their franchises, and it seems like they're doing it even before they launch the first portion, which would be the movie for Army of the Dead. So very interested to see what comes out of that. We also know that for the animated series, Snyder is going to be directing at least 2 of the episodes. So there's that. And then our only other piece in movies is another follow-up, like I said, and that is Scream 5. We have 100% confirmation that Neve Campbell, look at me not knowing names, Neve Campbell has signed on to do the movie, so she will be in Scream 5, and the trifecta is complete, as it were. So that is what we have for movies. Now we're getting into gaming and tech, and gaming and tech also is only follow-up. So first up, we have The Prince of Persia. It is, in fact, being remade, and it is, in fact, The Sands of Time that is getting remade. So never you fear, Prince of Persia is here. January 21st is the release date for that project. Our next piece of news, follow-up news, is Apex Legends. There was an emergency patch that happened just a couple of days ago. I have linked down in the description to the patch notes because they're many and multiple and much too much for me to go over in this episode. And then our only other piece is the follow-up on that Splinter Cell rumor, and it's kind of sort of confirmed a little bit. Sam Fisher is going to be in the Call of Duty, the most recent Call of Duty game. I don't know why I didn't put the name of that game in the notes, but it's their Battle Royale. Sorry, words are just not coming to me today, but that is what we have for gaming and tech. Now let's talk comic books, and we don't have follow-ups. We only have news. In Batman issue 100, which is the continuation of James Tynion Tynion. Sorry, I keep saying Tynion. It's Tynion, like tiny onion. James Tynion the Fourth's run. He is going to be introducing a new villain into the Bat mythos. That new villain is Ghostmaker. It's going to be connected to the origin story of Batman, actually. When Bruce was training to become the world's greatest detective and crime fighter, he ran into this character that then becomes Ghostmaker. That's all we really know at this point, so we're moving on to our next piece, and that is Wolverine. Speaking of nemesi, we have word that now that Sabretooth is kind of decommissioned, if you will, in the comic books, that Wolverine is going to be getting a new nemesis, and that nemesis is only named Solem. That's all we know about his nemesis. There is a little bit of artwork, which if you're watching the episode and not listening to it, then you should be seeing on your screen right about now, but all we have is that little bit of art and the name. So we'll keep tabs, and we're moving on. Let's talk rumors. We have 3 rumors. We're going to get to them real quick. First up, we have more potential movie delays for movies that have already kind of seen a solid release date set. So it's going to be like a chain reaction. Starting with Warner Brothers, Wonder Woman 1984. Wonder Woman is set to release in October, right about the same time that the rest of the movie theaters across America are set to reopen. So with Tenet being a Christopher Nolan movie, it sounds like Warner Brothers might be pushing back Wonder Woman in order to let Tenet have the room to breathe that it needs to make them money, because right now it's not doing that. It's not for a lack of people going to the theater necessarily. It's partially due to a lack of theaters being open. That will then set back the Bond movie, which will then set back the Dune movie into 2021, which changes everything for the schedule for the rest of the year. So hopefully this doesn't come true, but as far as likelihood that it might, there's still 2 other ones, because there's a couple of different sources reporting on this for different movies. So the other movies that are likely or potentially going to be set back again is Spider-Man 3 and Venom 2 for Sony. That changes a lot for Disney Marvel. There's a lot of potential issues there as well. So for the first half of this, for the Warner Brothers stuff, I honestly feel like this is like a 50-50 chance. Like, there is a strong possibility this is going to happen. As for the Spider-Man stuff, because it is so far out and because it's so connected to Sony, I really feel like this is going to be less likely, about 25% for Spider-Man and Venom 2. And then our next piece is Flashpoint. We have a rumor that Gal Gadot has signed a contract that she is going to make a cameo appearance in the Flashpoint movie, because they're really trying to double down for this thing. Considering the source for this one, I feel like it is less than likely. There were a couple of other sources that were also reporting on this, but I feel like they're kind of reporting on the report. So likelihood for this one, I'm going 25% again, just because the source is less than solid. And then our last piece of our last piece of rumors is G.I. Joe x Transformers. The G.I. Joe versus Transformers movie that we thought had been tabled indefinitely is now rumored to be moving forward. It sounds like this is due to the fact that the Snake Eyes production is moving along well, potentially, and if that's the case, and Bumblebee did moderately well for them as well, so like combine the two, and they think they're going to make a whole bunch of money. I think they're not exactly wrong, but if I just don't know how much I believe this rumor. I'm giving this one about a 30% likelihood that it is legitimate at this point in time. That is what we have for the rumor mill, guys, so thank you very much. And it's also what we have for the episode. So what did I miss? What should we talk about in the next one? Let me know in the comments down below. If though you want to go deeper in the conversation, jump over to the website, generalnerdy.net, or the Patreon, patreon.com/generalnerdy. All of the stuff is going on all of the places. Thank you very much, nerds. If you're falling behind on your nerd news and you want to catch up, click or tap one of those two boxes that should be appearing in a box below my face. Don't forget to click subscribe if you haven't already. And before we head out, always remember that if it's generally nerdy, it's probably here.